Hi everyone, welcome back to the I Don't Even Know podcast. I'm Em. I hope you all are doing well. Today, I'm here to talk about Season 2, Episode 8, Summer I Turned Pretty. It's not just Season 2, Episode 8, it's also the Season 2 finale. And I want to jump in, right away and start talking about it because I am so pissed off right now. And, I knew this was going to happen because I read the books before Season 2 came out, so I was prepared. But I'm still mad because I was really hoping it wasn't going to happen, and I'm so pissed off. Surprised I didn't bring my phone. I threw my phone at the wall pretty hard, and it knocked one of my bulletin boards down. So I'm not doing that well right now. I'm really pissed off. This is not helping me. So we're just going to jump right in. And I'm going to start with, Laurel and Steven and, the non-ship stuff that happened. I know a majority of this was ship-related. Most of the episode had something to do with ships. We're going to get into that later, because if you're new here and haven't listened to my other episodes for Summer I Turned Pretty, Season 2, I always talk about the ships at the end. So we're going to hold that. It will probably be soon, because not much happened other than the ships. It was just a few other things. So I'm going to save that, and we're going to get into it. So, first thing I want to talk about is Laurel, because I did not think we were going to see her this episode. I don't know why. I just didn't. I didn't think we were going to see anyone but Jeremiah, Conrad, and Belly. Those were really the only people I thought we were going to see because of, the motel scene I knew was going to happen, and just with everything going on, I did not think we were going to see anyone else. But I was very happy we got to see her, because, of course, we didn't get to see as much of her this season. I would have liked to see more, and I would have liked to see more of her, not writing the book, but doing more for the book. I was happy we got to see that, and she's doing things, and it wasn't really promoting, it was a book thing. I don't even know what it was, I think Cleveland, I think that's his name, got her to go to. I was really happy he's doing that, because she's a good writer, from what both the things I've heard and what I've heard her write. She's good, and I think people deserve to hear what she writes about, and also Susanna, and her book is a memoir. Is it a memoir? No, it's not. So I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I really am delusional, and I'm pissed off. It was okay, we're just gonna say it was a book dedicated to Susanna. I feel it was a memoir, but I could be completely wrong, because I don't know if I got the definition of memoir right, because I'm tired. But I think people deserve to hear Susanna's story, and not only Susanna's story, Susanna and Laurel's story, their friendship. And so I'm happy she went there and talked to them about it. And the paragraph or page, the part of the book she read got me crying, and I literally was bawling my eyes out. It was so beautiful. And I love hearing how she said Susanna basically was my real soulmate, which I know a lot of soulmate, or people soulmate, or they say the real soulmate is their best friend, which, yeah, I completely agree, with me personally. But I thought that was so cute, and how she basically was not, Billy is their child. I don't care. Yeah, she has a dad, the dad's her dad, that's his child as well, but it really is Laurel and Susanna's kid. The way she said, our special girl, or whatever she said, I think she said that was so cute. I'm oh my gosh. And I liked how everyone that was there was really supportive and didn't say anything, because I think at the beginning when she was talking about her best friend, my Susanna, she was doing past tense, and I think that made everyone realize okay, we gotta be respectful. I don't think they would have been disrespectful, because it was good, and she is a good writer, and they seemed like nice people. But I'm happy she said that, just so they knew, and didn't say anything disrespectful if they didn't like it. And that one girl, I don't know if we know her name, that came up, got tequila with her and was apparently a fan. I like her, and I would like to see more of her next season. I would like her and Laurel to be friends, because I think Laurel needs another friend, another girlfriend. like, I know, of course, no one's ever going to be Susanna. Like, no one's ever going to replace her. Never. But I think she needs another girlfriend to kind of hang out with, and just because she doesn't have anyone, like, a lot of friends, or if she does, we don't see them. Especially since Susanna left, like, Susanna was her girl, and I think she needs to find someone, of course, like I said, won't replace her, she'll never be her, but a friend that she can talk to and hang out with, and, like, go out clubbing. I don't know if her people her age go clubbing. I mean, she's not old. I'm just saying, like adult, like, parents. I don't know if they go clubbing. I mean, maybe, like, to a club, a bar. That's what I was thinking of. Like, maybe go to a bar together. I think think Laurel needs to do that, and I really hope we see more of that girl next season. Also, she's really attractive. I need to know her name, and I want her to show up again. I'm gonna be mad if they just, like, don't bring her up again, or, like, just she doesn't pop in again. Even though, like, obviously she wasn't a big part of the episode. She kind of just popped in and left. But the way they were talking, like, they kind of became friends, or, like, it seemed like they would be friends. And so I need them to be friends, and I need them to hang out more. And I need, like I said, I need Laurel to get another girlfriend, okay? That's what I need. But anyways, so with Laurel, I do want to talk about Steven and Laurel and, like, their car ride too, because I thought that was so cute. I was so shocked when we saw them, because I said this at the beginning, I really did not think they were going to be in it. So I was so happy to see them, because I love Laurel and Steven's relationship, and I also love Belly and Laurel's relationship, and Belly and Steven. I love, like, the family relationship and dynamic. But I thought it was so cute how they were kind of talking about relationship, like, their relationships, kind of. Like, of course, Steven asked about it and realized he probably did not want to know about his mom's sex life, which completely understand. Do I want my mom to date? Yeah, like, I'm perfectly fine with it. Do I want the details about her sex life? No, I don't. I mean, it's non-existent right now, but still, I wouldn't want to know. And so I feel like that was cute and really showed their dynamic. Like, Steven's like, never mind, like, no, I do not want to know about this. And then the way they were talking about Taylor, which I'm so happy Laurel figured it out. I was surprised when Laurel brought it up, because I thought Steven maybe told her, and I'm like, why would he tell her? Like, I didn't, like, yeah, that's his mom, but I really didn't think he was gonna tell her, especially this soon. And when she said she, like, figured it out, because, well, first of all, he let her drive the car home, which, yeah, I mean, Steven loves his car. Like, that was really, like, risky, and, like, that proves, like, there's something going on. And he was texting her, like, almost the whole way there, or, like, the whole way home. It was, like, so cute. Like, he really likes her, and y'all know, if you listen to my other ones, or follow me on, like, Instagram, I think, maybe, I don't even know if I've ever said anything on there, but I love, oh my gosh, I almost said Belly and Steven. I love Taylor and Steven. Like, adore them, and I'm gonna get more into them in a second, because they saved the episode for me. They really helped me not make me want to die. I still did, but, like, they made it a bit better. So that's later. But I liked seeing them talk about that, and I hope we get more of Laurel kind of giving them, not like relationship advice, but talking about relationships. Because we didn't really, I mean, maybe we did, I just don't remember. I don't know if we did. I think we did with Belly and Laura, like, kind of about relationships, but not really. And so I would like to see them more, like, not more, oh my gosh, why can I not talk? I want to see them talk about stuff like that more. And just, like, yeah, talk about life and how they're doing, and be more open to each other, unless it makes them uncomfortable. Like, yeah, Laurel's sex life, let's not talk about that with their kids. But I think I want to see, like, Belly talk to Laurel about her relationship, I guess with Jeremiah now, but, like, in the future, Conrad, Jeremiah, like, whoever, like, Steven and Taylor. I really want to see that, and I'm really hoping we get to see more, and just more of the family dynamic in season 3, because we got a lot of Steven and Belly, or, I mean, I don't even know if we got a ton. We got quite a bit, because they were together, and we got some of Laurel and Steven, some of Laurel and Belly, but we didn't get a lot of them together, and I really want to see more of that, because I think they're just so cute, and I just love their relationship, and I think they're all, like, in a better place now, so I think it will be, like, better and, like, not as emotional, and I think it will be good for them to spend time now that they're doing a bit better. because some time has passed since Susanna's death. Even though it's just been a month, you can tell they're doing a bit better now. Of course, they're still hurting, they're still healing, but you can tell they're doing better, and like they're getting better, and like what, like things are helping them. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I cannot get words out today, but we got to see that. And then we, of course, Laurel and Belly's like little conversation. Like, it wasn't a lot, it was just a phone call, but I thought it was so cute that Belly was talking to her about love, and like how she knew that she was out of love, or like not in love with her dad anymore. And I get what Laurel said with like, a part of me will always love him. Like, I think that's with a lot of relationships. Like, even if you fall out of love and like divorce, break up, I think, like, or maybe not even fall out of love, you like break up or divorce because it's not good, a part of the person will always, like, part of you will always love that person. Like, of course, oh my gosh, what the hell is wrong with me? Of course, that's not always the case, and like some people, like, they don't love them anymore, they're done. But I do see a lot with people in like in shows, and like in real life, like with celebrities, and like when I've listened to interviews people have done, and they talk about old relationships, some of them say like they'll always love, like part of them will always love that person. And I'm happy they brought that up, because that is the case with a lot of people, especially I think marriages. Like, of course, some marriages you fall out of love, or like it becomes toxic and you don't love them anymore. But sometimes even when it becomes toxic, a part of you will still love them because you did love them so much for a period of time. Or you get married and you really didn't love them and you did it for wrong reasons. You know, you never know. Could be either one. And I'm happy Belly asked her about that, because of course she was trying to figure out with Conrad, and I'm pissed off right now. It's just, I thought it was cute, and I enjoyed it that they were talking, and Laura was like, or Belly was kind of opening up to her. Laurel was opening up to Belly, but it pissed me off though as a Conrad shipper, because I knew what she was talking about, and it's like, what the hell? I don't get it. But that was cute, and I loved like the little I love you at the end. It was just cute, and I'm happy Belly, Jerry, and Conrad did not get killed at the motel. I am scarred from Scream. Wait, not Scream. I think it was Psycho. That the old black and white shower stabbing killing thing. I think it's Psycho. I watched that, and I'm not good with horror movies. I did it for school, and I'm still traumatized by that motel scene. Like, I get freaked out every time I see a motel. So it was a little more comforting that they did not get killed. Did it help what happened? No, it messed me up and made me really upset. But I'm just happy they didn't get killed. And I get what Laurel said at the beginning. Like, that's like a mother's worst nightmare. Like, hearing, oh, we're gonna stay at a motel. Like, no. There are too many horror movies and like bad things that happen at motels, and I'm scarred for life. Like, I can't. I thought that was cute. I just love like the little scenes with Laurel and her kids, and then Belly and Susanna scene broke me into a million pieces. That's what got me really, really crying. And the fact that they were playing Bigger Than the Whole Sky in the background did not help. Like, you can't have that scene and then play Taylor Swift's in the background and expect me not to cry, especially that song. I already cry when I listen to that song, and then you're adding Susanna and Belly. Like, what were they thinking? Like, yeah, it was really smart, really went well with the scene, and it was beautiful, but it was also so sad, because seeing Susanna like that broke my heart. I know we've seen her like sick, but like, we haven't seen her that bad, and Belly didn't see her that bad, and she was so like nervous. Like, the way Belly was crying, like they were like sleeping together, or kind of, they were cuddling because Susanna was trying to comfort her, and the way like she called her like her treasure, or did she call her a treasure? Yeah, you're my treasure. When she said that, that's when like the waterworks came even harder and like more, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to die. They can't do that, especially with, like I said, with Bigger Than the Whole Sky in the background. Like, that is just pain, and I don't know why they did that. Like, yeah, it makes sense and was really smart to do, and I had a feeling they were gonna play that song this season. I really I had a feeling they were going to do that, but I was really hoping I was wrong because I don't want to hear it like that. I love when they play Taylor Swift songs. Adore it because I'm such a big Swiftie, but it's just almost every time I cry, especially when it's like one of the sad ones. The only time I didn't cry was when they played Delicate like 2 episodes ago, and that was just because I was pissed off that it was Jeremiah and Belly, not Conrad and Belly. But you know, it's still not over that. Taylor Swift songs belong to Belly and Conrad, and also Belly and like Susanna and Laurel and stuff like that. And if they ever play a Taylor Swift song during Taylor and Steven scene, perfectly fine with that too. Just keep it away from Jeremiah and Belly, please. But that, like I said, that whole scene broke me into a million pieces. It was just so beautiful and so well done, and you could really like tell how much they love each other, which we already knew that, but you could really see like, how much Susanna loves Belly. And like I said, we already knew that, obviously, but like the way she was calling like Treasure and like our special girl or our favorite girl, and so I was like, oh my gosh. And the way they were talking about Conrad and prom and then breaking up, it's just like, oh my gosh, like this, they just don't want me happy. This damn show does not want me happy, and I'm sick of it. They want me crying almost every episode, because I literally have been crying almost every episode. I don't know if there's one episode I didn't cry during. I mean, there probably was, I just can't think of it. But like, it's, oh my gosh, that was so painful. And the way they were both crying, and I don't know if they could they knew each other were, or like, I think they kind of knew they were crying, like the other one, but it was hard to tell because they were facing different ways. I don't know if that made any sense, but that just broke me. Seeing Susanna cried broke me even more, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is rough. Like, I want to see Susanna happy. You know what else I want to see? Susanna alive. Like, can this become a Supernatural show and they bring her back to life? I don't like when shows change to Supernatural, which I don't think happens that often, but I will make exceptions if they bring Susanna back. Like, make this the Vampire Diaries. Bring Susanna back from the dead. Make her a vampire or something. I don't know. Please save her. I'm so sad without her. It's just, that was rough. And then, like, Jer coming in. Like, I felt really bad for Jer, too. Like, y'all know, not his biggest fan. But, like, I feel bad for him, like, with what he has to deal with his mom and everything. And him coming in to see that. I felt bad for him, because you could tell he felt, like, really bad for them. And he looked kind of sad. I'm like, it's rough. It's rough. But, I don't know. But, okay. This is the part I've been dreading. Or actually not yet, because we have one ship to go get into before we get into the love triangle. So, Steven and Taylor, we're going to talk about them. I'm so excited to talk about them. They saved this episode for me, because I was emotional wreck, wanted to die, and they just came in. Well, actually, at the end, they came in. At first, I was a little bit stressed. I was like, oh, fuck, are they already going to break up? Like, we just got them together, and they're already having issues. And they were having issues for the most stupid reasons. Like, I don't get why it was such a big deal. Like, Steven wants Belly and Conrad together. Oh my gosh, I forgot her name for a second. Taylor wants Belly and Jared together. Like, that's not such a big deal. Like, if my, like, sister, for example, wanted to be with someone else, or, like, oh, wait, what am I even saying? If, like, my sister was between two guys, in my, like, okay, actually, forget what I was saying, because I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's probably going to make no sense, so we're just going to move on from what I was trying to say. But I just don't get what the issue was and, like, made them fight like that. It's just so annoying. Like, I appreciate Taylor telling him to pay, which is walking out with me like he's paying. Like, yeah, I would probably do that too. I'm broke, so, like, yeah, if I had a fight like that with someone, I would be like, yeah, okay, you're paying. I'm gonna go home, watch Netflix, do my own thing, probably cry, but read, do whatever. Like, the check is on you. Like, goodbye. I'd probably do that too. So, respect for her for doing that. But I was so stressed by that, and I think that was, like, they shouldn't have fought like that. But, like, everything before then was really cute, or most of it, but I kind of felt like they were going to get into some argument. Like, I thought it was so cute that Steven brought flowers to her, because I know he thought it was a date, but it was the thought that counts. And like, you could tell I could kind of tell she was a little embarrassed, but not that much. It's just, I think it's because what happened with Milo, and apparently Milo wrote a diss album about him, which sounded awful. Don't know why Steven played it. It was very funny to watch him like listen and react to it, but it was trash, and Steven is 10 times better than Milo, and Taylor deserves someone better than Milo. Like, Milo was an ass. I don't care what anyone says. He was a dick. I didn't like him. I don't think anyone did, but like, I could tell she was uncomfortable, and I think it was probably from that. I don't think she was like really, really embarrassed of Steven, and like even at the end, she didn't really say she was embarrassed. I think she was embarrassed about like how she had a crush on him for so long, and like, yeah, like I completely get that. Like, she's had a crush on him for a really long time, and so I get why she might have been like kind of embarrassed there, but it's just like that whole like thing at the restaurant really freaked me out, because then they were talking, she wasn't answering his texts, and they thought they were gonna break up, and he was listening to the diss album, which like I don't know if I think I said that already. It was trash. It was garbage. My favorite line though was like him or like Milo talking about Steven being skinny, and he was like, I'm not even skinny. That was the best part, probably almost the whole episode, other than Steven and Taylor like later. Like that's the only reason I'm happy that Milo dropped the diss track, just to see that scene, because that was really funny. Other than that, don't get it. Milo sucks. Hope we never have to see him again. I'm really hoping. And I just don't get why he dropped a diss track, and also saying that he beat Steven up. Like, Steven destroyed that man. Like, he was on top of him. Like, are you kidding? And I actually rewatched episode 6. I actually rewatched episode 4 through 6 with my best friend, because she was behind. She was behind because she forgot they dropped, because she's like not really on social media. So I watched it with her when I was sleeping over at her house like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, like a week and a half ago or something. And it was like so insane to rewatch it, because I usually don't rewatch shows. Like, some shows I do, but shows like this I usually don't, because they cause me too much pain. Like, well, rewatching like that episode was painful because of course Belly and Conrad, but I enjoyed it. And I remember rewatching the scene of like them fighting, and it like watching it again was 10 times funnier. And I remember we were dying, probably because we were delusional. It was like 12 in the morning, I think. We were dying because that man was doing like some karate ass kicks, and I still don't know what he was trying to do. Like, everyone on Twitter is saying it was like some Cobra Kai stuff. Like, I have not seen Cobra Kai, and I think I said that in that episode. I haven't seen it, but I get what they're talking about because I've seen clips. That man cannot fight. Like, can somebody film, or like, I really hope somebody filmed the fight and so they can post it on social media. And like, Milo was lying in his diss track. Like, Steven beat his ass. I really hope they do that. Do I think that? Oh my gosh, why can't I? I don't think they will, but that would be nice. But I will say, best part of the episode, the ending scene with Steven and Taylor, like them talking outside of the house, was incredible. Like, so cute. I really thought we were about to get like an I love you, which I started panicking. We basically did in a way, but I'm happy they didn't like really say it yet. Like, actually, like, you could tell they love each other. But I'm happy they didn't actually say it yet, because I do still think it's a little too soon. I would have loved one, but I do think it's a little too soon. I'm hoping like we probably won't get one in season 3, because like time has passed. They'll probably already have said it if they're still together. So I hope we get like a few like, oh, I love you, like in season 3. If they're still together, I swear, if they break up, I'm gonna kill someone. Like, I cannot lose them too. Are you kidding? I almost said Bonnie. I lost Belly and Conrad. I can't lose them too. But that scene was so beautiful and so cute. And I'm happy Taylor was talking about like her crush on him. I know she kind of did in the past, but she was talking about how like, strong it was. And how she was embarrassed because, I said this already, but I'm going to repeat it. She was embarrassed because kind of embarrassed because she liked him for so long. And it wasn't only like, she like really, really liked him, and she was talking about how she usually cares less than the other person in a relationship. But with Steven, she cares too much. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so happy they brought that up, because I think you could tell the difference. I mean, not I think. You could tell the difference between Steven and Taylor and Milo and Taylor. Like, Milo and Taylor, I think, were more, like, kind of sex-wise and, like, make out, like, kind of, like, the kissing and just stuff like that. Steven and Taylor, like, aren't just like that. Like, yeah, they make out, they do stuff, but they're more passionate, and you can tell, like, she really cares more about this relationship and, like, cares about Steven, and you could see that, and I'm so happy they brought that up, because I thought that was so cute, and that made me love them even more. And then them making out in the car, like, that was so cute. It kind of made up for Jer and Belly kissing on the car, on Conrad's car, which I'm still not over. Like, that whole thing was so cute. And then the way he brought her to volleyball practice was so cute. And basically, she said that he loved her, and he was like, no, but no, he loves her. And I'm happy they did talk about college and what they're going to do next year with Steven going to college. And how she talked about how she didn't want to do, like, anything with this relationship, or she was worried because he was going off to college. And he said he wasn't going to break her heart. If anything, she was going to break his or something, which I really hope that's not the case. I would like them to stay together, like I said before, like almost every episode. I need them together in season 3. But I'm happy they discussed that, because I was a bit worried when they were, like, kind of getting together. I was like, oh, what are they going to do? Like, he's going to Princeton soon. I don't really remember what state Princeton is in, so that might be an issue. So, like, I'm really happy they discussed it. And Steven, like, comforted her and was like, nothing's gonna happen. We're gonna be fine. So, manifesting they'll be fine. I'm very scared. Everything about them, this episode, perfection. I'm really mad we're losing them. Like, I need them back right now. Like, I already miss them, and I cannot wait another year for them to come back, and I just can't. Also, because I'm worried they're not going to be together, so I'm kind of terrified to wait. You know? We'll figure it out. It's fine. But now is the moment I've been dreading. We're going to talk about the love triangle. Of course, we have to. I mean, that's, like, a big part of the episode. And we're saying, like, with love triangle, before I get, like, really into it, I want to talk about the beginning, even though we kind of already saw it last episode, like, Conrad seeing Belly and Jared together, but, like, seeing him walk out all happy, like, he did it, like, right on his final. He called Steven and was like, I'm gonna talk to Belly, tell her how I feel, tell her I want to be with her. And then he sees that. Like, what the hell? That made me feel even worse for him than I did last episode. And you guys know, I feel awful for him. Like, I went on a full-ass rant about how they made out in his sweatshirt on his car at his college during his final, and he had to see them. That's so upsetting. And, like, that made me even more upset. Like, that put, like, a whole nother layer on it. Like, we knew he was still in love with her, but him talking to Steven right before he saw that, saying, like, I'm ready to go, we're gonna tell Belly, or not I'm gonna tell Belly, everything's gonna go well. I'm like, no, like, are you kidding? And wait, he looked so hurt, and, like, he walked away. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was mad at Jared for telling Belly to go. Like, I kind of get why he wanted her to do it, but then I'm also like, I think it's gonna hurt more if she talks to him. Actually, wait, never mind. I think it might hurt worse if Jared talked to him, because that's his brother. But I think Jared probably should have gone and talked to him, because that is his brother. And he did kiss, or not even kiss, he was making out with the love of his life. And, like, that's really messed up. So he should have talked to him. It's like, what's even worse is, I know I know Jared loves Belly. I know that. But the fact that he knows that Conrad loves Belly as well, is, like, in love with her, and Belly was in love with him for the longest time ever, and he does this, like, I get Belly's claiming she's not in love with him anymore, which is a full-ass lie. Like, she is still madly in love with that man. The fact that he knows that and did that was so messed up and so annoying. Like, I get you like her, but if he, or not, oh my gosh, why am I saying that? If she dated your brother and was in love with him, even if you're in love with her, you should not do that. Like, that is messed up. I do not care. Okay, well, actually, probably shouldn't say that, because I literally shipped Elena, and, like, that was kind of, like, the case. She's went between brothers, so, I mean, Maybe I shouldn't say that. So we're just gonna move on from me saying that, because I literally shipped Elena. Like, they're one of my favorite ships ever. So, I mean, it's just, I think I'm saying it's bad, and he shouldn't have done that, because I just don't ship them, and I'm mad. But we're just gonna say that. But it's just, like, oh my gosh, it was so rough, and, like, the way they were fighting. And, like, Conrad thought Belly did it to make him jealous, which I kind of get why Conrad thought that. Obviously, that was not the case. I would have liked that more. I'm just annoyed how Belly got mad at him for that. Like, I get why he thinks that. I mean, he's really hurt, and he probably doesn't want to think about the fact that the girl he loves wants to be with his brother. And he probably just doesn't want to think about that. So I completely understand where he was coming from. And then, like, Belly got mad. I'm like, girl, I understand. I get it. He is hurting, obviously, for good reason. Like, it's just so upsetting. Him saying, like, I don't want you anymore, hit me like a truck. I'm so mad about that. It's because you could tell by his, like, look on his face and the way he was looking at her. He was so hurt, but he still wanted to be with her. He's just so hurt and so upset. It was just like, oh my god. Like, the necklace, too. We got to see the necklace, and he took it with him. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. I had a feeling we were gonna, like, go back to the necklace and we were gonna have to see it again, but I didn't think it was gonna be like this, and this made it worse. Like, him in his room, like, grabbing the necklace, getting all sad, and then his roommate talking about how attractive Jeremiah is, like, Jeremiah's eyes. Like, okay, yeah, Jeremiah has great eyes. I'll give him that. Like, his eyes are gorgeous, but he's not Conrad. Like, you're talking all, like, about like, basically, like, professing your love to him. Like, I think his roommate is in love with Jeremiah, honestly. Like, the way he was talking about him, like, oh my gosh. Why would you say that? You know Conrad loves Belly. And you're talking about how, like, she probably couldn't resist your brother's eyes. Like, bro, who the hell says that? Like, that's so rude, and that's so messed up. Like, it was kind of funny, and, like, I was laughing, but it was also like, shut up. Like, that's so rude. Oh my gosh. And I was surprised, honestly, that Conrad came back to the car. I knew he was, but I thought it was going to take a bit longer just because he was so upset. I know he was trying to hide that he was hurting by being a dick, which I don't care. I kind of lived for. Conrad being a dick because he was hurting was hilarious. Like, I obviously felt awful for him that he was hurting, but his attitude was killer. Like, the way he was saying everything, like just, like, trying to make such a big deal out of everything, trying to kind of make Jeremiah jealous, like, making them angry. That was everything, and I lived for it. Like, I didn't like seeing him hurt, but it was so funny because I literally thought he was drunk. I thought he was not on drugs. I thought he was drunk or high. I really did. And then when I realized he wasn't, and he was just doing that to, like, pretend like he wasn't hurting, I felt bad, but I was like, how the hell is he acting like that? It was so weird to see Conrad act like that, because he's usually, like, kind of chill, and it's just, like, seeing him, like, that was the funniest shit this episode. Like, that with Steven and Taylor, like, saved it. Like, him acting like that was so good. And the way he was literally trying to make Jeremiah jealous with how, like, well, he knew Belly was great, and the way in the car that he was asking about, like, when did this happen? Like, how many times did you kiss? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had the time of my life during that. It really helped me, or, like, helped distract me, like, because I knew what was gonna come later. Like, it was nice. I enjoyed it. It was just so funny, and I have a feeling that was 100% Chris, because I've seen, like, Chris is nothing like Conrad. Like, I've seen videos, and it's basically like Stefan and Paul, like, from Vampire Diaries. Like, they're the complete opposite, and, like, that's literally, like, Chris and Conrad. Like, they kind of are the same. Stefan and Conrad kind of different. Like, see similarities and differences, obviously, but, like, Paul and Chris are, like, the same, and, like, they remind me of each other, and it's so funny. And I think that was more Chris than Conrad, but, like, it was reminding me of Chris, and I literally thought it was him, like, the whole time. It was like he wasn't acting. It was like he was just joking around. Like, it was so good. And, like, obviously I felt awful for him, like, later when he started talking to, like, Jer, and they were fighting, and, like, it's like I never stopped liking her and everything. And I got mad that they were arguing about that, because like I'm just mad that a girl's getting in the way of the relationship. Like, Susanna did not want that. Obviously, I knew that was gonna happen, but like Susanna said, like, I don't want anything to happen between you two. I don't want anything to get between you two. Like, especially a girl. Like, I don't want Belly to get between you two. I want you to be there for each other always. And it messed everything up, because Conrad is heartbroken now that they're together. And it's just like, what the hell? Like, the way Belly didn't believe Jer when he was saying he's still in love with you, like, that probably hurt me almost the most. Like, it was just painful, because he obviously is. If like, you see the way he looks at her, he's in love with her. And I'm happy that Jer wanted Belly to talk to Conrad first before like they did anything. I thought that was nice. I know it was also because he didn't want to get hurt and didn't want her to like just leave him for Conrad later, which, you know, that's gonna be a thing in season 3, so I'm really excited for that. But I get why he thought that, and I thought that was smart for her to at least talk to him and like get a chance to like actually consider like being with Conrad again. I'm happy he did that and didn't just like, was like, okay, I'm ready to be together, let's do this. I'm happy he did that. I still obviously don't like Jeremiah and Belly together, but I liked how he did that, and I thought that was really smart. And like how he said he would date Belly if she talked to Conrad and realized she doesn't want to be with him anymore, even if he tells her that he still loves her, which is painful, but still. And like, I like how Conrad opened up to Jer about still loving her, and Jer literally said, I want you to tell her so she knows, and she like, if she gets with me, she won't just rush off to you after a while, or like after she finds out, which Jeremiah, apologies for what's about to happen to you in season 3, but still, I get why. And I thought that was kind of smart, because of course I don't really like Jer. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but I don't like him being hurt, and I've said that before. I don't like seeing him hurt, so I kind of feel bad for him. But then again, it's kind of on him, because he knows Belly was so in love with him, and maybe he thinks she isn't anymore, but a part of her will always still love Belly, and not Belly, oh my gosh, a part of her will still always love Conrad more than Jeremiah. Maybe she won't think that for a while because of how much Conrad hurt her, but she's gonna realize soon, I don't love Jer as much as I love Conrad, and it's gonna hit her like a truck. You know, it's gonna be rough for Jer. It's gonna be great for us, and I'm really excited, but you know, I was happy he did that. And let me just say, when Conrad told Belly, when they were laying down in the bed, and he said, I still want you, death died. I literally died dead, you know? I literally, like, screamed into my pillow because I didn't want to disturb my family. It's just like, I thought he was going to say, I still love you, not I still want you. And that hit me even harder. It's like, he still wants to be with her. Not only, like, obviously he still loves her, but I was expecting him to say, I still love you. And, like, that's kind of different than I still want you. It's like, I love you, but it doesn't always mean I want to be with you. So when she's, or not she, oh my gosh, when he said, like, I still want you, or, like, I still want to be with you, I'm like, okay, thank you. That was painful. That was rough. Thanks for hurting me. Like, oh my god. It's just, it was rough. And then the next morning was even worse. Jeremiah and Belly. And like in the morning when she woke up and was looking around, thought Jeremiah left. To be honest, I did too. I'm like, how are they supposed to get home now? I thought he literally just ditched her, because he heard what Conrad said and thought she was going to run straight to Conrad. But she didn't. And then let me just say, Summer I Turned Pretty ruined another song for me. They played XO by Beyonce during Jeremiah and Belly's kiss. Like, you're joking, right? Because that is one of my all-time favorite Beyonce songs. It's been like one of my all-time Beyonce songs since it came out. Like, back when I don't even know how old. How old was I? I think I was like 8 or something. Around then. I don't even know how old I was when it came out. But that has been my song for so long, and I absolutely adore it. And that playing during the kiss fucked me up so bad, because I was jamming out and I was smiling because of the song, But then I also was crying because I was so upset. It was rough. Like, they can't do that, okay? They played Delicate during Jer and Belly episode 6, which was illegal. It should be illegal because that is Belly and Conrad stuff, or like not stuff. So like Taylor is Belly and Conrad, and then Belly and Susanna, like Bigger Than the Whole Sky. That was for them. Like playing that fucked me up, and then playing this might have fucked me up even more because of how much I love this song. And that should have been during a Belly and Conrad scene and kiss and stuff. Like, oh my gosh, and the way she was like saying, I want to be with you. Like, she didn't say it. Conrad wants me, but I want to be with you. She didn't say that. But it's just like, oh my gosh. And then Conrad talking about last night, saying whatever I said, I didn't mean it. I was tired. I was going through it. I'm like, bro, don't do that to me. Like, obviously you still mean it. Like, you could tell by his face, especially when he walked out and literally, he didn't really start bawling his eyes out. He started crying a bit, like tearing up and kind of sat on the ground. I'm like, oh my gosh, like my poor baby. Like, don't do this to me. Like, he's so in love with her. And he, next season, is going to have to witness his brother being with the love of his life. Like, that's rough. And also, not only is that rough, that's so messed up. And I'm so mad. And then, not only that, them playing Exile during that scene, what the hell? Honestly, they were throwing so many like songs at me. They threw Bigger Than the Whole Sky, cried, XO, literally had a meltdown because it was Jeremiah and Belly, not Belly and Conrad. And then Exile, bro, like I kind of had a feeling they were gonna put Exile in the show. I know on Twitter they were talking about which songs were going to be in the season. It was confirmed like a while ago. I didn't see it. I saw like the beginning, like songs that are going to be in Taylor's songs that are going to be in season 2. I saw the beginning. I just didn't read the list. But I had a feeling Exile was going to be in it at one point. But that was painful. I was really hoping I was wrong. As much as I adore that song, one of my favorite songs off of Folklore, that was rough. Bro, that got me crying even harder. When I heard Exile start playing, like the intro, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna jump off a cliff. Who wants to go with me? Like, that was so rough. And also him giving the necklace to Belly and like saying like, I don't want it anymore, it's yours. And she didn't even want it because she doesn't want to be with Conrad anymore. I'm like, oh my gosh, like can you come through the screen and give me the necklace? Like, I'll take it gladly. I'll take something from Conrad. Like, I literally adore that man. It's just like, that was rough. And then now they're officially dating. We saw them kiss. And, like, he was there to support her at volleyball, like, thingy camp thing, which I thought was cute. I thought him supporting her was sweet. That was nice. But I'm upset, and like that should be Conrad. It was rough. But with the volleyball thing, because I forgot to say this earlier, I am happy that Belly like stood her ground, like told her, like the coach, that she would work her ass off, and she did. She did a great job. I assume it looked like they were doing well. I don't know a lot about volleyball. I just know I suck at it, and like I was literally trashing gym. But it looked like she knew what she was doing, and she did a good job. And so I enjoyed seeing her play. Did I enjoy Jeremiah being there? No. Should Steven, or not should Steven, do I wish Steven was there? Obviously. But that was rough, bro. And also, wait, I forgot this. They also performed Love Again by Dua Lipa, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, like, they're really gonna mess me up this bad. Like, they're gonna put me through whiplash and play Bigger Than the Whole Sky, XO, Exile, and then they're gonna play Love Again. Like, that's one of my songs. I adore Dua Lipa. I'm such a big fan. And so like them playing that at the end, I was like, oh my gosh, like they really were putting me through it with the songs. Like they always do, especially in episode 6 when they they played Treat Me by Chloe. Oh my gosh, that was insane, and I'm still not over that. But like this episode, the songs were insane. And, like, they literally ruined my life. Like, oh, my gosh. And they also played Lana Del Rey. Like, I'm not a Lana fan yet. Mostly because I haven't listened to her music. All the music I've heard from Lana, I love. I'm going to listen to her music eventually. But, like, that song, gorgeous. And I loved that. And that, like, got me crying. So good. It was just, as much as I hated this, or, like, I hated what happened in this episode. It was a really good episode. I think it was a really good finale, really well done, and it's going to set up a lot for season 3, and I'm really excited to see it. Of course, now I don't have to die every week over Belly and Conrad, which is good, but then also bad because I have to wait like probably a year, maybe more than a year because of the strike. It's rough. Like, I would say, what are my theories for season 3? Because it's the end of the episode, but I don't know. All I know is stuff that happened in the book that is for sure gonna happen in the show. Like, of course, I said this before, they do change some things, but there are a few things that they're 100% are gonna keep. And so I thankfully know who's endgame. I thankfully do. And don't worry, Conrad Gurley's are gonna come back in season 3, and we are gonna win. We'll be fine. It really felt like the end after this episode, and I was crying, and I just had to remind myself, I was like, oh, it's okay. Us Conrad Gurleys are gonna make it through, and we're gonna make it to the finish line, and we will win. We'll be fine. We'll be good. We just have to survive a year or more. It's rough, but yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the year, or like until we get a new season. I'm probably gonna reread the 3rd book, because that, I think I've said that before, but that's probably my favorite book of the series. I can't lie. Like, that was just so good. Probably because I didn't know a lot going into it. Like, for the 2nd book, I knew like some parts, but not like a ton. But the 3rd book, I knew nothing. And going into it, like, I was 20 pages in, and I was fully invested. Like, there was so much shit going on. I was like, oh my god, like, what the hell am I reading? So good. So I'm probably gonna reread that not even before season. I'm gonna reread it probably in a few months. Like, it's that good. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about because I don't know what's gonna happen in season 3. I'm scared. But I think that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you all enjoyed. And remember, Conrad Girlies, we gotta stay strong. We'll be okay. Again, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys soon.